Let's give this a couple of minutes. See who's going to be the first one here. I'm happy to use my phone, guys, because my laptop decided it didn't want to do it. So, yeah, I have to try and balance this somehow. Hopefully this starts working. I've not done it on the phone before. No, not that. Okay, so who's going to be the first ones here then? Oh, hi Tracy. Oh, here we go, people are joining now. Just give it a couple more minutes. Yeah, tried to stream on the laptop and it didn't want to work, so I'm now doing it through the phone. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this works. And we've got a few people here now. Okay guys, so I'm just going to be doing a little quick Q&A today for LFCC. I've been to this one a few times now. I know some of you guys in the group haven't been, so I thought I'd just share some wisdom on the event. I'm just going to go through basically some generic Q&A questions, and if you guys got any questions, just type them below and I will do my best to answer them. So LFCC is set for film and TV guests. It's at Olympia in London. It's probably the biggest signing event I think we have in London. Oh, hey guys, thanks for joining. Oh, it's Rob and Laura. Hello. So yeah, LFCC is purely, if you like guest signings, photo ops and panels, this is the one you want to go to. This is like, I've been to it about 5-6 years now. Probably my favourite one. It's very busy, I won't lie. You get about 100,000 people over 3 days, so it's a very busy one. So yeah, I'm just going to go through some of the FAQ questions I prepared, and then if you guys got anything else to ask, then, you know, fire below. Yeah, Peter Facebook Lives. Never works when you want it to. Okay, so I've just got someone's on my laptop I typed up, because it actually lets me type up, but it doesn't let me do streaming. So, see, LFCC is London Film and Comic Con, which is set over the 3 days, end of July. It's at the Olympia in London. To get there, there is a train station right outside Olympia. So if you are getting the tube, literally train is right out on the side bit, and then you just have to follow the queue to start getting in. It can get busy, because you can actually start queuing from about 7 o'clock. So word of caution on Saturday, I would aim to get there for 7ish, because it gets like a stampede trying to get in. So I'm going to try and get there as I can. Just from previous years, I got there at 8 and it was like rammed. So learning from that, I would get as early as you can, because the sooner you can get your tickets scanned, and if you've got any diamond passes, which I'll touch in a bit, you can pick those up before you queue. So that's one thing to do, which is good. So yeah, you get there. Basically, if you're getting by train, you have to walk all the way around the building. I think it's like the east side, and there'll be like security guards. So you go and do your bag search, do your tickets, and then if you have diamond passes, I don't know if it's going to be this year, I'll find out, but there will be like a table at the side where you can collect your diamond passes. So for some of the big guests, you can get like your passes, your free gift, and I think they do prints. I don't know what they're doing this year though, they always change it. Be good to get them, because then you can literally skip the queue for the autographs for the diamond pass, but they're only guest specific, so it only works on the certain guests. You can't use it for everyone, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain, but hey ho. LFCC's got 2 parts. So you've got the actual LFCC part, and then upstairs you've got the YLC, which is the Young Adult Literature Convention. That's for like authors, writers. So it's basically like Comic Con, but it's more just for literature based. So you have novelists up there, writers, they do panels and stuff. So you can go up and check that out as well, which is pretty cool. It's a good place to go up there just to sort of chill for a bit. If you want to sit down, I've done it before where I just have to like just chill for a bit, because it can get very tiring very quickly. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's at Olympia, which is not hard to get to. It takes me about 2 hours because of how far I live. So I'll be leaving about 5 o'clock Saturday morning. So I'll be doing that. So the venue itself, there is a cloakroom there. So if you want to leave stuff there, I don't know about prices. because I've never done it, but you can leave, like, if you got like suitcases or big bags, you can leave them there and then pick them up in the day. If you're taking a lot of stuff, I'd recommend doing it, because there's nothing worse when in and out of photos and stuff and you've got lots of bags. Let's have a look. Yeah, that'd be fine, guys. If you get to London around 7:30, I'd say that's probably a good time to start queuing, because as soon as you can get in, as soon as 9 o'clock goes, you can just go straight in. So they do go down quick on the Sunday. The Saturday, every year, without a doubt, is always mobbed. So the earlier you can get there Saturday, the better. Sunday tends to be the quieter day. So I think it will be a lot quicker. Because with Saturday, it's just, that's the day everyone wants to go. So it's always mental. But yeah, getting 7:30, that'll be fine on Sunday. You should get in there, no problem. I forgot, I lost my track of thought now. Damn it. Oh, it's done the cloakroom. So we got security. Obviously, you have your general bag checks. Security there, just to make sure everything runs smoothly. Obviously, a lot of the higher guests will have their security with them, because, you know, some of them don't like sort of being rammed and stuff, so you got that. There's cash points inside Olympia. Word to the wise, I will draw your money out before, because there's been times when I've gone wanting to get an autograph and all the cash points have been out and it was last thing. So yeah, I'd sort of budget for your autographs, definitely, because they're all cash in hand at desks. So yeah, draw all your cash out before. Just word to the wise on that one. Oh yeah, I forgot you guys are flying in as well. Yeah, so if you're flying in, this is, you'll be there fine. That'll be no problem. Obviously, if you know where you're flying to and then getting to it, should be fine. You can like get an Uber or just get the underground, whichever's easier. So that's no problem. So if anyone's driving, there is parking facilities at Olympia. It is expensive though. I know, because it's London. I couldn't tell you how much. I know it's a lot of money though. So I'm getting the train just because it's easier. It's a lot more hassle-free trying to find parking, which is fine. Inside you got your vendor stalls. You've got obviously your refreshments and food. It is expensive in there, because these events always are. But there's like a Pizza Express in there, like coffee places and stuff. So if you want to take 5, you can get food in there. So I will go on to the tickets now. That's the boring stuff out of the way. So yeah, the entry is 9 o'clock. So you got your normal one, and then you've got the gold pass. Now, there's going to be a bit of a rant here, because it's not really a bit of a rant, it's just an observation. The gold pass, it sounds great, but I don't think it's worth the money personally, because with the gold pass, it gives you 5 extra minutes to go in, which, for what they're charging, I don't think's right. So gold passes, it helps with autograph queues more. You sort of get priority on it. Oh god, you got a soul case full of pops. Make sure they're in protectors. You don't want those getting knocked about. Yeah, I don't like the underground either, guys. I use it because I have to use it, but I'm not a fan. I hate it, to be honest, especially the central line. But for Olympia, you only have to get the district line and the overground train, so it's not too bad. But yeah, sorry, I got distracted there. Going back to the gold pass, I think, actually I've got the website up here now. I'm just going to have a quick look. I don't know if they're doing gold pass this year, actually. Just have a look. Are they doing gold pass this year? Oh yeah, they are. Alright, so with the gold pass, as I said, you get entry 5 extra minutes before the doors open, which, for my personal experience, I've never ever seen people getting 5 minutes before, to be honest. With gold, it helps with things like getting priority seats at talks, which I suppose can be good if it's a talk you really want to go to. Obviously, Diamond Pass gets priority in terms of autograph queues, then gold, then obviously then your general. You'd be able to join the back of any regular queue without needing a virtual ticket, whereas each guest you need it works on a VQ system. So they'll give you ad tickets, and then I suppose each hour or half hour they'll update the numbers, and then once your number's called, you can go back. Which, it sounds like a pain in the arse, but for this sort of event, I think it works well. Obviously, the busy guests, you have to go and get their tickets first, to be honest. Because when I tried to meet Jason Momoa, I think I got in upstairs like just after 9:10, and he was already like near 1,000. So I was like, that's not going to happen. So yeah, VQ tickets. It's for the lower guests. It's not so much of an issue, but it's going to be the likes of your Hayden Christensen's, your Brendan Frasers this year. So your Martin, Charlie Sheens, they're going to be the ones that are going to be hard to get your tickets for. Zachary Quinto, he's going to be popular. So yeah, Gold Pass, it is a lot of money. I don't think it's worth the money, to be honest, because I've gone to other events where they've had sort of like a VIP pass, and that lets you skip autograph queues and stuff, and you have your own designated photo op queue. I think it's a lot of money for what it is, but yeah, if you got one, cool. I'm not a fan of it, but hey ho, that's just my personal opinion. So I'll go back. I've lost my thought now. I did have this planned out. It's gone completely off the rails. Right. So I will start. Right. Yeah. So autographs, VQ tickets. So the way Olympia works, you go in through the back. You come out on the bottom floor, which is where all your vendors are, your stands, some of the food. Then the first floor is where all the autograph signings happen. The photo ops and the panels are upstairs. So the best thing to do is to find any staircase, go upstairs. Obviously, I don't know how they're going to set the guests up this year, because usually, I think last year, Jason Momoa was like boarded off, and the year before that, Benedict Cumberbatch, he was like boarded off, so you couldn't see him, but you could clearly see his booth. So I don't know how they're going to do it this year. Because what they did last year, they put a lot of the big guests in with the smaller guests, and it was just chaos. I just remember thinking like, oh, what's going on? So if there's a specific guest you really want to get an autograph for, I'll go up the stairs and just make them your first point of call. For the smaller guests, sometimes they have open queues, which means you don't need a ticket to get in. You just literally walk up to them and go in. But the bigger guests work on the VQ numbers. It's a good system because it means you're not queuing all day. I wasn't a fan of it at first, but then I realised, actually, it's kind of not bad. Because if you've got photo ops or there's a panel or you want to just do some shopping, you haven't got to stand in line all day, which I know can be annoying. So, yeah, I'd say first thing you should do is go to your guest you want to meet, get a VQ ticket. I mean, if you can get one that's under sort of like the 200 number, you're laughing, to be honest. And then it's just a case of just having to keep going back and checking, because the photo ops are quite near where the autograph signs are, so you haven't got to go too far, which is kind of handy. Photo op area will have schedules everywhere. I will say this though, don't take the final schedule as that's what it is, because there's been times when the schedule's changed, they've tweeted it out, and then we've gone there and no one was made aware of it. So even though they have the schedule website, don't take that as final, because they can do last minute changes. So always keep that in mind. The schedules they always update are the ones in the photo op area, because they have ones downstairs, but I don't think they get looked at. So yeah, always make sure to plan ahead and just keep an eye on the schedules, because they do change. I remember last year, like Zachary Levi, I had a photo of him, and then we got there and they moved it right to the end of the day, and he just threw everything out. I was like, why are you doing this? So yeah, always keep that in mind. The photo ops work on batches. So they'll call Diamond Pass first, because obviously they get the highest priority. Then they'll do gold, and then it'll be like batch 1, batch 2. Usually with the bigger guests, they'll try and do diamond and gold, and maybe batch 1 to 4 if they're running on time. And then if you've got anything over batch 4, it's probably going to be the afternoon shoot. So the best thing to do, I usually tend to get to an op maybe 15-20 minutes before it's meant to start. and then all you got to do is just listen up for the volunteers, because they'll say, oh, we're going to start queuing up diamonds, gold, batch 1, etc, etc. And then once the show starts, you'll know when it starts, because obviously the queue will start moving. So then you walk in, give them your ticket, they'll scan that, and then if you've got a bag, put your bag on the table. There's no photographs allowed in the op area. They do get a bit funny about that. Unless you want to show the guest a pose, just put your phone straight away, because they can get a bit like funny about that, because there's always someone that tries to sneak a photo, always. And then you get your photo done, and then there'll be printers as you walk back round, and that will have your prints coming out. So it's just a case of just trying to see your photo, and then they'll give you like a cool little booklet, put it in, and walk out, and that's your shoot done. They are quite quick, especially the big guests. It will just be like a hi, hello, get your photo and walk out. So it's a very, very quick procedure. And obviously, if you blink in a photo, you can have it retaken. They don't really let you have retakes if you're not happy with it, which I think's a bit unfair for how much some cost. But hey ho, that's me. And then it's just a case of getting that, go out, and then your shoot's done. A common thing I do know people get is clashes, because with these schedules you do get clashes sometimes. If you get a clash, talk to a volunteer. The best thing to do, if you've got a smaller shoot that will finish first, go to that, then go to the bigger one. So say if, I don't know, say if you had a Manu Bennett photo, but it clashed with someone like Zachary Levi, well, you know that Manu's going to finish first. So you get him done, and then just go around to Zachary's photo. There's 4 photo areas in one bit, so you have like A, B, C, D. And then on the same floor as the autographs, you'll have like another 2 or 3 areas. So when you get there, make sure you know the area and the time slot for your photos. If, say, you have a batch 1 to 4 and you miss the morning shoot, don't worry, you can go to the afternoon one to get it done. So it's not the end of the world if you miss it. But yeah, just always, that schedule will save your life at a convention at this one, trust me. So always check the schedule and just give yourself time more than anything. Because obviously the sooner you can queue up, the sooner you get done, and if you've got other stuff to do, then you can just go wander about, which is handy. And then you've got the panel area as well. So some of the talks are free, which you can go sit in, which is cool. There'll be some that you have to pay for, which tend to be the bigger guests. I don't know why you have to pay for them, to be honest, but hey ho. So yeah, you can take photos and stuff in there. After like the first, I think it's a couple of minutes, they don't like flash photography because it can disorientate the guests. They don't let you to video. I think it's for like legal reasons and stuff, or if they're talking about an upcoming project, they don't want spoilers getting out. Panels are quite good, and they let you ask fan questions too. So if there's someone you really want to go like listen to their stories of films or projects they've done, they're good to go to. It's a good little breather as well, just to sit down for like say 20 minutes, half hour. But yeah, they're right. The main stage panel is by the photo op area, and then you'll have like a cosplay stage downstairs. But yeah, the big panels will be upstairs in the photo area. What else have we got? Yeah, so we've done Diamond Pass. Oh yeah, if you want more than one person in a photo, you'd have to buy 2 tickets. So say if, I don't know, you wanted a picture with Jason Momoa, you'd have to have 2 tickets. Some events it's like 1 ticket for 2 adults, but this one it's like 1 ticket per adult. There's times when I've seen people gone to photos and they've only had 1 photo, they said, oh, you can only have 1 picture. So that can be quite gutting if you're not aware of it. So yeah, it's like literally 1 ticket per person. So that's just something to remember as well. So we've done that. VQ. Oh yeah, and then things about guests, like do's and don'ts basically. So if you're at a signing table and it says like no post photos or no photos, then obviously you probably shouldn't take photos. And if the security guard sees it, they'll come over and make a scene about it basically. If they haven't got a sign, usually guests are okay with taking pictures of you signing their stuff, or some might let you do selfies. You won't really know until the day. It's a bit different for like the FanFest events, well, they're guaranteed to do selfies, but for certain guests they might do them. The big guests is a definite no. You're not going to probably get a selfie with like Jason Momoa because of the sheer volume he's going to have to get through. So the smaller ones you tend to more likely to get a selfie with. I mean, you can ask them and they're pretty cool with it. I mean, there's been a few I've got a selfie. I got a selfie with like John Snyder last year, which is pretty ace. But yeah, the bigger ones is probably going to be a no, unless their queue is dead, which is probably not going to happen on Saturday, being realistic. But yeah, it's just a case of just I suppose ask even the volunteers when you're at the signing table. Ask the volunteer, and they'll be able to tell you as well. I know selfies like more of a popular thing at cons now, but not a lot of guests do them. So yeah, don't expect like someone like Charlie Sheen to do one because that's a no-no. What else we got? Yeah, gone through that. So we got queuing. So I've touched on that briefly. It's West Hall. My bad, not East Hall. Yeah, so West Hall is where you want to go to queue. So basically, if you come out of Olympia, so say this is Olympia, you go right all the way around to the west side, and there'll be signs as well, and then you just go in there and queue. So I've gone over that. There's your queue we've gone over. Batches. Yeah, batches just... The best way I understand a batch is like each batch has about 50 tickets or so. So you can imagine some batches go up to like 9 or 10, so that's a lot of photos. If you are buying photos, the lower batch the better. So if you can get like batch 1 or 2 off the bat, I'll just go for that. And then it means you're going to get the morning shoot done. If you want to get like a digital print of it, you can get that after the event, but they're normally not available for about a couple of weeks after. I just tend to scan mine in, just because I don't want to be paying for no digital print. They should include it in the price, but hey-hoo, that's my opinion again. You can do poses with the guests if they're game and they're up for it. If you've got a specific one in mind, I'll just have a picture on your phone. It just makes it easier, because it can get quite loud in there. Especially if volunteers shouting at you. Like, not shouting at you personally, but shouting at people getting their photos done. So yeah, poses, you can do poses if you want as well. What we got... Yeah, if you've got a split shoot, again, just talk to a volunteer, make them aware, because usually they'll try and get you through quick so you can get that done and go to your next one. And because their photos are quite close together, you're not going to be running around Olympia, so that's quite good to do. You can't get autographs in the photo shoots. I have to say this because you see it all the time, and then you get people shouting at you and you feel a bit inadequate. So yeah, autographs in the photo shoot is a no-no, so you have to just go to their tables directly. And then we got... Yeah, so at the autograph table, they'll have prints, like the ones that they supply, or you just have your own item. I tend to, if I'm getting a pop signed, I'll tend to put a post-it note with my name on it if I want it personalised. And if I've got a pen I want to use, I'd have that straight away. Just makes it easier when you get to the actual table. And it works, so say if, I don't know, look, Jason Momoa, I think he's up 95, it's per signature, so if you want more than one autograph, you got to pay per signature. Unless you get a very, very awesome guest that will give you a free one. Like I had Michael Rooker do that to me. He signed a photo for me and he signed my pass for free. So you might be lucky like that, I don't know. But yeah, usually is like one signing per purchase basically. It's only cash at desks. So if you want multiple autographs, just make sure you got enough money on you. You can go back later, but it can be a bit of a ball ache if it's a busy day. Sunday you'd be alright, but Saturday I'd just try and make sure you got enough money for that guest there and then it's done then. The interactions, it depends on who they are. They can be really quick, or you can get a quite good chat with them. The big guest is very quick, unfortunately. So the likes of Jason Momoa, Martin Sheen, I imagine they'd be pretty quick. But the smaller guests, like some of the Arrow guys, you'll get to spend ages with, which is quite cool. So it is cool meeting them. I mean, my only beef with LFCC is I do think they put a lot of pressure on the guests. Like, I know at the end of the day it's their job, that's what they're there to do, so you can meet them. But I just feel like sometimes you look at some of the guests, they're absolutely shattered. and this is like probably 3-4 hours in. I just think they put such a high pressure on some of the big actors at London, especially, and yeah, sometimes you might not get the experience you hope for, but that's just from my personal observation, really. That's just how I observe it. But yeah, meeting people you look up to is awesome, and this is definitely an event for it. So, you know, if you like your panels as well, your sign-ins, definitely want to go to, without a doubt. So we've got over talks. What we got now? So we got autographs. Yeah, there's not really sort of a restriction. I mean, some actors might. I remember, I think it was Peter Mayhew. Excuse me, when he was there last year, I think he had a limit of only 4 signatures per person, because you know that some people get stuff to flog it. You know, it happens. Can't do anything about it. But yeah, they tend to. Not everyone does it, but some guests may have a restriction how much stuff you can get signed. So if you've got like 20 pops, don't expect to get it all signed at once. But mostly there's not really a limit on it. So if you got like a poster, a pop, or a picture signed, you can get them all done. No issue there, which is fine. And then we got... If you can't attend the event, they do a pre-order autograph service, but I think the cut-off point is either this weekend or next weekend. So if you can't go, they do that now, which is quite awesome. What else have we got? Oh yeah, if you want to give a guest a gift, then you can do that, but I'd do it at the sign table. I wouldn't do it in the photo op room, just because it's like, it's not really an ideal situation. If you have got them something nice, it's better to do it at the table. So there's nothing against doing that. Don't be offended if they don't open it in front of you, because, you know, they've got a lot of people to get through. So yeah, you can do it. Crack on. I've given like Stephen Amell like something before. I gave him like a little green arrow like keyring thing. So, and the guests actually love it. So yeah, there's nothing to say you can't. Just obviously nothing too out there. You know what I mean? But hey ho. What else have we got? They have they got like a lost and found area. So if you do find you've lost something, just go downstairs and ask if it's been handed in. Hopefully there's enough good people in the world that if you have lost something, they give it in. If not, then they just stuck, basically. And then there are some other questions I had to answer. I can't find them now. Where are you gone? There we go. I did have this all loaded up and it's not worked now. Right. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to answer some of Ricky's questions that he popped on my post. So, what time should I get there? Okay, so again, if you're going Saturday, I would aim to get there for 7ish. Just makes it easier for you queuing. And then get your ticket scanned and then just wait for the awesome stuff to start. Signature accessibility, so they do have like disabled access as well, if that's what you meant, and pretty much any guest you can go to. Just expect for the bigger guests to queue for a while. So the earlier you can get in and get your VQ ticket, the better it's going to be for the duration of the day. And one thing is also, they don't sort of update ticket numbers, so just keep going back and checking. If you're walking through, it's worth just having a look, and then you think, oh, it's my number, cool, you can go in. Getting signatures, you literally just go up to the guest you want to, and then you pay the volunteer the cash, and then you can choose like a print on their table or an item you've got, and talk to the guests and stuff, and they'll sign that there and then for you. Do I have to rush to a booth and buy a ticket for a guaranteed signature? If it's a big guest, I would, just to get your ticket. And then once you've got that, then it's sort of like, right, that's done, and then just can wander about, go to other ones you got to get, and then go back. Because the big ones, I tend to find by like 9:30, sometimes their numbers are like in the 500-600 range, and you're like, oh, that's a lot of people. So yeah, again, early you can get up to the autograph bit, the better for you, which is good. Pops like, there are so many pop stands. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Like, you've got the ones that know what they're worth and that will charge out the butt, and then you've got sort of the smaller stands. They have a lot of other stuff, but they'll have pops there. They tend to have growls, but I expect to pay a lot. Like, I was looking at it was a Shazam one before the film came out, and it was like £200. I was like, oh, no thank you. So they do have a mix of growls and commons there. They do have exclusives, but expect to pay out the butt for them. Like, I remember at MCM, like the Thanos one, like the 10-inch one, that was like 30 quid, and at the same event people were selling it for £60-70 at the same event, and I was like, oh, that's just no. So if you want the exclusives, they're going to be pricey, and then they do like something like 3 for, I don't know, £22. So it's just a case of mooching around, having a look. Really, there's loads of pops there. I mean, the last few years pop stands have just gone up astronomically, so yeah, there's loads there. So just have a gander. I will say, if you see one you want to buy, just buy it. Do not think, oh, I'll come back later, because chances are it'll be gone. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Am I going to get a decent growl? It depends what you're after, really. If you're after a really rare one, chances are they might have it. Always talk to the stand owners, because a lot of them have their own website, so if they don't have it there, they might be able to order it in. You could order it online. It really depends what you're after, I guess. I don't really buy exclusives anymore unless what I really want, just because I find the commons are better, but that's down to me as well. But yeah, there's definitely a variety of pops there, and you can buy pop protectors there, which is very handy now, because you buy one, you get them, you're like, no, it's broken. So yeah, that's really good to have now. And what else we got? Oh, another one that Ricky posted as well. I think it was taking £300 on, just add to my collection. Buying some growls, what is the pop selling situation? Again, just to elaborate on what I've said, there's loads there, because the way it works now, there's 2 halls of stands, so you walk in and you'll be in one half, and then if you go in like towards the middle to the right, there's another hall that open up now, and yeah, so many stands there. They got like comics, manga, they sell pops, all the clothing merchandise, the sauce. I don't know if the sauce stands are going to be there actually this year. They have all those cool like cupcake and customizing stalls, so there's literally so much stuff there. It depends what you're after as well. I mean, I don't tend to buy as much, because obviously the things I like, they don't have a lot of. Like, obviously I love like the Arrowverse, but they don't tend to have a lot of Arrow stuff there, so I might see something, oh, that's cool, I'll grab that. But yeah, there's literally so much stuff there you can get. It really is personal preference as well. But yeah, pops, there's loads of pops, so I wouldn't worry about that. But like I say, if there's ones you really want, you see it, I would just buy it there and then. Because I made the mistake once of wanting to get, I think it was the Supernatural pop. I went back and it had gone. I was like, no! So that was a bit annoying. But, it happens with these cons sometimes. You either get what you want, or you feel a bit like, oh, I didn't get what I wanted. Well, I feel like I haven't touched on some stuff. What else have I missed? Oh, yeah. So, you've got a few other bits there as well. I've just remembered that, actually. So, you got the Artist Alley bit, which is where like all the upcoming comic artists and writers and stuff, they'll have like stands with their own work. I tend to check that stuff out, because it sort of gives me ideas for my own stuff and inspires me. But then you might have like some established industry writers and artists there. Like, you always get some Marvel and DC comic artists and writers there. And it's always good to go up and talk to them, have a chat, and they tend to sign, like, if you got comics, they'll sign it for free, or some of them will like do caricatures of you in their style, which, like, price, again, it varies. But there is yeah, that's pretty good to go to, because I've like met some of the guys that done some like the Ultimate Avengers stuff, and they're just cool guys. It's cool to talk to them just to see how they got into it. They do their own panels as well. So in the Artist Alley bit, there's like a small room which has a stage for them. So if you're interested in that, that's something you can go to. They've got a retro gaming area now, which is pretty dope. So they have all the old consoles, like the SNESes, the PlayStations, 64, like Genesis they got there. And then they got some of the newer consoles there. So if you want to have a bit of a break from all the autographs and that, you can go to the gaming area, which is pretty awesome. Don't charge for you to play. They do gaming tournaments as well. So if that's your thing, go check that out as well. Young Adult Literature Convention I've touched on, so we've done that as well. If you want to cosplay, you can cosplay as well. They got cosplay, like actual, professional cosplayers there. They do cosplay competitions, do panels as well. I think they do some prop making, like workshops there as well. But obviously it depends schedule-wise, they can fit it in as well. Schedules are always changing. I know they've just put a draft up for Sunday, but expect it to change maybe, because they can announce guests right up to the day. Like last year, I was there on the Saturday, they announced David Tennant for Sunday, like literally 5 o'clock, and it was like, oh boy. So always keep an eye out as well on the website. I tend to follow their Twitter feed, like Showmasters, because Showmasters like run LFCC. So if you want any up to date information, just check their Twitter page out as well, because that's really helpful. That's where you can find out about schedule changes as well. So I tend to just go over it. If I'm not doing anything, I'll just quickly check it just to see if it's been updated. So that's something to do as well. I think that's everything I've touched on, really. I don't think I've missed anything else. Have I missed anything? E-tickets. Oh yeah, that's another thing. They can scan. I can't talk properly today. They can scan e-tickets on the phone. So if you don't print out your tickets, it's not the end of the world. I tend to print mine out as a backup in case it don't work. But if you've bought a photo op at the event on your phone, then you can just use the VR code. They'll scan it and then you go in. So it's personal preference. I tend to print out the entry tickets though. It's just a weird fear I have. They don't work on the phone, so I just print it as a backup. But it depends what you want to do. And then once they've scanned it again, go do your thing, get in, which is fine. Will I have to queue? Yep. So, you're just going back over that. You'll have to queue for most things at the event, unfortunately. The thing with queuing, it depends on the guests, and obviously things with guests, if they're not at their table, they'll either be in their photo areas, they'll be doing a talk, or they'll be on break. If they're on break, the volunteers will write up, say, I don't know, back at 2:30, and then if they're not there and you're like, oh, when do you reckon my number will be? They do give you a rough estimation of when to go back, so they try and keep as up to date as they can. I feel like they've got a lot better over the years at FCC. Like, I think the first or second year it was just a disaster trying to get stuff signed and knowing what time to go back to guests. So I won't lie, guys, it is absolutely mental, this one. It gets so busy. So if you're not very good with crowds, I'm not sure you'll enjoy this, but Saturday is the busy one. Sunday you have a bit more room to breathe. So yeah, I'm going Saturday. I'm going to try and see if I can go Sunday, depending on money. But yeah, I just know Saturday. That's why I'm only getting a few autographs this year, because I don't want to spend all day queuing. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be like, oh, I got this one. But yeah, just tips I always find is just to have everything printed ready the night before. Have the schedules ready. If you're taking anything signed, make sure it's well protected. Like if you've got a poster, get a poster tube, pop protectors, because I got a pop sign once, lent on my bag, I heard it crash and the box got crushed. I was like, oh my god. So don't do that, because that was not fun. That was my Ray Park one. Still super upset about that. I tend to have a lot of variety of different Sharpies and pens to sign, because I'm sad like that, and certain pops I want a certain colour. So if that's your thing as well, take plenty of pens with you, post-it notes, just because I find it easier to have your own. And then if you got more signage, just take that one, put it on another one. Some guests don't personalise, which I find really annoying. It's another rant. It's a bit of a pet peeve. Some of the big guests don't personalise because their managers tell them, oh, you've got to get through X amount of people. So Jason Momoa, I don't know if he will this year. Last year he did not personalise at all, and I was like, it's a lot of money just for a squiggle. Whereas some of the guests will personalise for you, and they'll write, anything. If you've got a specific thing you want written, put it on a post-it note or ask them to write for you, and they'll be pretty chill to do it. But yeah, some of I don't know the likes of like like Martin Sheen or that Hayden Christensen. I assume they would, but you never really know. I always sort of judge it before the people in front of me, so you can sort of think, oh, they're personalising, that's cool. Or some of them might not, in a way, a squiggle, but it's sometimes like a draw with these events. Some might not. So always bear that in mind. I find the smaller guests are always personalised for you, and you get a lot more time with them. So I think that's why I don't tend to meet some of the big ones unless I'm like absolutely dying to meet them. So yeah, there's that to think about as well. Clashes, yeah, I've gone over clashes. Poses, digital copies, yeah, I've done that. Guest charge for selfies, no, they don't. Some events do. LFCC, the ones I've heard, they don't charge for selfies, so that's quite cool, and you can get quite a few, which is handy. John Snyder, I got like 2 or 3 pictures of him, so again, down to the guest. A lot of things like that you won't know till the day as well. But for those that ain't going Saturday, I'll be posting updates in the group on the Saturday anyway, just so you guys get a feel of the layout, where people are. That's just not even going to help actually, because sometimes on a Sunday they'll move guests around. I'm like, oh, you son of a gun. So yeah, I'll be posting updates on my own stuff as well as the group, just to give you guys a bit of a heads up what's going on, where's where. Talks of done. Photos of done. Oh yeah, if children under 4, they go for free. So if you was planning on taking any kids and they're under 4, they get in for free. So that's kind of handy as well. There is Wi-Fi there, but because there's thousands of people, don't expect the best reception. So take like a portable Wi-Fi or just use a hotspot if you can. This event is massive, as I've said before, so I expect a lot of people. I mean, I'm probably going to leave mine about 4:45 Saturday morning, just so I can get there and try and get in as quick as I can. Because I'm still debating whether to get an autograph for like Brendan Fraser and that, and I'm like, oh, do I not? Do I? I don't know. But yeah, just leave plenty of time. Always check the schedule. That's the main thing to do, and just enjoy it, because this one's really fun to do. And because it's so guest driven as well, it's a really great experience. I think that's everything I had to say really. If you guys have got any more questions, then just drop a comment in the chat, or post it on the original post, and I'll do my best to answer it. I'll keep everyone updated and on more updates, because I get notifications for like the Showmasters accounts because of Twitter and that. So if there's any more guests, I'll let you know any schedule changes. Like Zachary Quinto, he's had a change now, so he's only there Friday and Saturday. So if he was going Sunday, it's a bit unlucky. But it can happen, or they can drop out altogether. So never go to con for one guest. So that's alright, guys. I've gone a bit of a spitball on it, to be honest. I've gone way off topic here, but I hope it helped. But yeah, if you ever get any more further questions, like if I've missed something, or if something wasn't made clear, just drop me a comment in the group, or message me privately. I'll do my best to answer you. And I hope I'll see some of you guys there. If anyone's going on the Saturday, I'll be sure to try and catch up with you, get some photos and selfies of people. I'm gonna try and go Sunday. If I go Sunday, I'll meet up with Rob and Laura definitely, because we want to try and film some stuff at the con. But yeah, that's all I've got to say really. I've got a bit of a cotton mouth now after all that talking. But yeah, I hope this is helpful, guys. I'll probably do maybe like another one probably closer to the event when everything's been finalised. But yeah, anyone's got any questions, just hit me up, and I'll hopefully see some of you guys at LFCC. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.